All right, we're here at Hess Financial in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and this is a beautiful little gallery in the first floor entrance area of the business. And we do shows here in Harrisonburg, or the shows are done here in Harrisonburg on a monthly basis, and the shows are usually up for 2 months like my show is. And this show has been up in February and into March. We're kind of giving you an overall installation view. And it's really one of my favorite shows in a very beautiful small space. And I've used smaller works, to fit with that space. And I find it very intimate, and very appealing. So again, one of my favorite shows. So I'm going to start you off right here with this series of small works, actually called Nature Series Small Works in Green, all based on nature forms from our immediate area around our yard, our house, and different leaf forms, different forms from nature. So these are all part of that series, Nature Series, on white paper, and this is green spray, which is creating these effects, and the spray is from commercial spray cans. So we're moving now into a series I call Tiepolana, after the artist Tiepolo, whose colors and textures kind of were evoked some of the forms and colors that I was using in these works. And so this, again, is Tiepolana series, 4 works, and these are the largest works actually in the show, but still quite small in size. So we're walking over here, there's one more Tiepolana work in this corner, right over here. And this one is really more like actually the Italian Venetian artist Tiepolo's works in terms of more the color texture, almost a view looking up into the sky, clouds, and so this is the Tiepolana series. Okay, right next to it in this little window box, we have some small works of tools, and these are screwdrivers. And in addition to working from nature forms, I also work from my immediate environment in the sense that these are tools that have been around me in the garage and tools that I might be using. And so paintbrushes certainly are a tool that I've used as an artist in the past and made them the subject of work, and an extended series that you're going to see on another wall that we'll get to in a little bit. Not yet quite, Dolores, keep coming over here. But yeah, those are the paintbrush series. Okay, then over here on this wall we have what I call Mysterious Geometry series. And I was working with forms. I had done this in the more distant past when I was a graduate student, working with more geometrical forms. These are forms actually from a grid, from a trellis grid, that are creating these X-like forms. And then I was adding little lines to highlight and bring out some of that geometry. But it's mysterious, it's dark, and it's very open to interpretation. And much of my work in the past has moved to abstraction, and in this sense, it's mysterious abstract geometry. Okay, back to nature here, which has been my main focus over the past 3 years, and plant forms, but using very dark colors on a black paper to creating these forms that almost look like they're from nighttime, nocturnal. So it's actually called the Night Plant series. And these final works are a little bit from that kind of night, almost like nocturnal feeling. This one is called Forest, a very small work. Seems to me almost evocative of a forest at night. And this other work nearby is called Night Flower. And so these are all, again, works that are a little more mysterious and of the night. Now we're switching gears to those paintbrushes again, and I really did an extended series on paintbrushes. And almost all of these works have two paintbrushes in it, and they kind of work in a positive negative way. You can kind of see paintbrushes, and then they make a negative shape, which also looks like a paintbrush in between the dark shapes. So it kind of has that push and pull, that optical illusion of positive and negative space shape. And this stairway, this section of wall created an inspiration to do this arrangement, which I think is very exciting. I really love it, and I'm gonna try in a future show maybe to do something like that. So I really like this paintbrush series and the arrangement. Okay, up here is a little higher, just still on the first floor, but going up at the bottom of the staircase is a series I call Orientalis, and it was inspired by Japanese maple leaves, cutting back one of our small Japanese maple trees. And it always had a feeling for Asian art for me, so that's why the title of the work, Orientalis. Now, the final series are the smallest works, and these are called Nature Series, small works in brown and white. And some of them are quite abstract, but others are fairly photographic, looking like you can see the leaves very clearly, and others not so much, and moving into more abstraction. And my own background in abstract expressionism and surrealism, minimal art, kind of leads to works like these. And that's it for the show. I hope you enjoyed it. This is March, and towards the end of March now, beginning of spring 2022. Hess Financial, and thank you to Elizabeth Kibler and Stephen Hess for supporting me and putting on this show.